I saved an investor hours of time getting ready for meetings and helped them be better prepared using a PDF extraction workflow that I want to share with you so you can do this yourself. Let me talk you through it. Here's the problem. A board deck would be emailed to the investor, and then they would have to do a manual analysis of it to look at the different KPIs. They would open it up, find the metric, check it with the previous month, and do that for loads and loads of different KPIs. It was taking them hours, and there's a risk of human error in there. And after that, they just ended up with a written version of the analysis on the deck. So it would be difficult to refer back to it again in the future because it's not in a nice structured format like a good old spreadsheet. What we changed this to was a system where you would add a board deck to a folder. It would be automatically ingested, and all that data would be extracted to about a 99% accuracy and put into a spreadsheet where you can do all sorts of fun analysis on it. Let me take you through what that looks like so that you'd be able to do it yourself. So in short, you've got a board deck here, and we're taking it through and we're trying to get it into a spreadsheet here. So this is the board deck. It's for a fake company, as you can probably tell, Banana Tech, going to the moon. It's got a whole bunch of charts in there, which we want to read. It's also got data in tables and loads of different information. So the way of getting this out was a workflow with AI using a multimodal model, which is able to extract that information. So here I've built the workflow in N8N, which is a really great workflow tool. You could use something like Zapier or Make, depends on your favorite flavor of workflow engine. I just like N8N because it's super customizable and also quite quick to get going with and very powerful. It's triggering on the document, the PDF being added to a certain folder, and then it's being extracted here by Gemini 2.5. This is really key to getting an accurate output. There are two reasons for that. One's kind of model related, the other's more prompt related. So the model is really important for visual understanding. You want to choose a model which works well at it, unsurprisingly, and that is Gemini 2.5 Pro. Here is a benchmark of loads of different visual understandings for models, and you can see that 2.5 Pro is at the top, followed weirdly by O2 Mini. So it's not entirely obvious which are the best for visual understanding, as it's a slightly unusual task where it's looking at the PDF's text and it's looking at it at an image and comparing the two and doing reasoning to work out what the metric might be. And there it is, 2.5 Pro at the top. That's why I've used it here, and that's this mode. Obviously, if you have preference for another AI company, go for it. The second part of making this super accurate is the prompt. This is a general prompt, and I've got 20 KPIs in there which are useful. You can change those. There is a process of refining this prompt based on the document you're looking at. So if you find that there's something which has been extracted inaccurately, then you've got to go in and make some changes so it doesn't make that mistake again in the future. The best way of doing this is look at what the model is thinking. A model like 2.5 Pro is a reasoning model, therefore you can look at its thoughts. Check it out. Usually there's a pretty good reason why it's extracted what it is. It's not just doing some kind of brain fart and coming up with a random number. Quite often I would find that there'd be a disagreement between two different parts of the document, and it's taken one metric over another. So have a look, see what it's saying. But I promise you, if you follow those two bits of advice, this thing will end up being more accurate than you are at getting data out of PDFs. Okay, next we've got to get it into a spreadsheet. So it's got to be in a structured format. So that's what we're doing here. We're getting it into a JSON format, which we're then splitting out and adding to the spreadsheet. I've used the JSON parser here. You could use code if you're looking to save a few tokens. But given we're already using a very expensive model, I figured, why not? We'll go for the luxury method. It's nice and reliable. And so that's what we've gone here. Obviously, if you were looking to be cheap on this and do PDF extraction at scale, this isn't for you. This is slow, this is expensive, but very accurate. So decide where you are in that triangle of cost, accuracy, time, and then choose a different method based on it. There are a whole bunch of cheaper models or even non-AI models to get stuff out of PDFs you could use if you wanted to be a bit cheaper. And then we're adding to the spreadsheet. Let me show you that. Here it is. You can see that you've got the company name, which is from the front page, the KPIs, the reporting month, which is again from the front page, the value, and then the page that it's located on. It's actually here you can see with things like ARR, if we go back to the spreadsheet, these things are as charts. So, what it's been able to do here is actually take information out of charts, which is kind of great. It can do that. So have a play around with it. Let me know what you think. I'd be really interested to know if you're using it for something else. What else are you extracting out of a PDF so that you can use that data? But this is saving hours every time this client is getting ready for a meeting. But the thing that they love most about it is that they're able to do a whole range of different analyses on portfolio companies and that kind of diligence which they want to do. And they're able to do a lot more now. They can extract a whole range of different KPIs and do analysis on them. And see where they can help better these companies. So it's very, very neat for that. So I hope you find use for it and let me know how you get on.